according to Rossini and her sources, the 49ers still are fully confident in Kyle Shanahan's ability to lead the team moving forward. And he is not, I repeat, he is not on the hot seat. What do you think of this report?
Listen, you made some good points about Shanahan. I think we got to give him one more year. And I know you don't like when people say that. You think he should be gone right now, right?
I do, but I don't get upset when people disagree with me. That's fine. I'm open-minded. Make the case.
I just feel the amount of injuries that's happened to this team, I feel like he deserves another chance with a good team because this team has not been good. The amount of injuries we've had, Bosa, the tragedies that happened to Charvarius Ward, Trent Williams, I just feel like this season's been bad all around. And after everything Shanahan's done, and I know he hasn't got us a Super Bowl, so he hasn't really done anything, but all those championship games, how do you get rid of a guy like that? How do you get rid of Shanahan? And you even said it too. Oh yeah, the Bears want him, this and that. Yeah, Chicago Bears, they want him. Well, I think any team would want Kyle Shanahan. And you also say, well, it's because they don't know what he's actually about. I still think he's a good coach. I'm a little bit on the fence right now. I think you give him one more year, and if he does bad next year with a solid team, then you let him go.
Okay. A lot of people I respect have that exact viewpoint. Jesse Naylor, It's a completely sensible viewpoint. The guy's been to 2 Super Bowls. He was just in the Super Bowl 10 months ago. Don't be hasty. It feels like what they did with Jim Harbaugh. Oh, the guy has one down season and you kick him out and you have no plan to move on. I get that. But it's not one down season. It's his 4th losing season, assuming he has a losing season now. And the question I have is if you bring him back next year, which they probably will, according to Diana Rossini. Although once you start bringing it up, hot seat, you start mentioning it, it makes you wonder, could this change? Is this fluid? There's 3 games left.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I said. Okay. So you bring him back, everything's fine. Let's not overreact. Yada. It makes sense. Be sensible. Don't all that. Why do you really feel it'll be better next year? I'm not even trying to be snarky. We can go. Maybe they won't be so injured next year. That's one reason. They could have an easier schedule, right? They could be last place in their freaking division. They could have an easier schedule. 2 things. Okay, I give you that. What else though?
That's kind of what I was going to
say. Is Christian McCaffrey going to be dope again?
That's another scary thing. I think Christian McCaffrey, his time in the league is kind of dwindling down a little bit because coming back from that what do you have, Achilles injury? No,
the tendonitis.
Tendonitis. Yeah, coming back from that and then getting this knee injury, he's just it's honestly sad to see. It is sad to see. It's just if this team is the same and they're healthy, I think how does he he's gonna. I don't know. This whole conversation with Shanahan, oh, we should fire him, this and that. I don't think we.
Well, hold on. Let's stick with this. So, we bring him back, and the assumption is hey, man, he just got to look in the mirror. He's got to make some little adjustments, right? Some tweaks. Maybe stop going to Debo so much. Man, we've been waiting for him to make these adjustments and tweaks for so long, and it looked against the Bears like he did it, and everyone's like,
"What's the Bears?
This is the guy that we love. Everyone loves this Kyle." And then he comes back 5 days later and goes back to the Debo offense. If he comes back next year and keeps Debo and keeps Juszczyk and essentially runs the team the way he's running it right now, I fully expect him to do that. We know Kyle Shanahan. I feel like he's a relative of mine. 8 years. He's not going to change anything.
No,
he's not.
I just think he's in his own head right now. That's what I think. That's what he's stupid right now. That's what he's stupid. And he's usually not stupid. He using Debo in a game where Debo's literally he's washed now. He's not good. Why are you?
How do you explain that, man? Season on the line. Everyone knows Debo's been washed. He's had a horrific month, and Kyle picks that game to try to change the narrative and get him going. Did they need to do that?
No, you got a guy named George Kittle on your team. We should have been using Ricky Pearsall more. We don't use Ricky Pearsall.
That's so strange to me.
I think Shanahan thinks it's 2019 where he's like, you know what? I'm going to give it to Debo and let him cook. Debo, he can't cook anymore.
Okay. So hold on. Stick with me on this. So again, because I'm debating with you a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Why do you think Kyle Shanahan will come to his senses? I feel like a lot of people are like, look, man, this is a bad year for Kyle. He lost the Super Bowl, man. He's going through it. He's having a bad year. Okay, fine. He'll go do an ayahuasca retreat. Like, how is he going to cleanse his aura? What is going to really change for this man? Like, why is he going to come back energized? I feel like I keep hearing that. And not just from all kind of people. He's going to be energized. He's going to be refreshed. It's going to be the best of Kyle. I mean, I like being hopeful and optimistic too, but like based on freaking what, Maj?
You said I can't use injuries, right?
You can say whatever you want to do. I really want to be convinced because I'm negative right now.
It's injuries, Grant. It's injuries, man.
It's
the amount of injuries we've had, dude. You got to realize this isn't the same team as it was last year. I'm surprised people thought we were going to beat the Rams. I didn't think we were going to beat the Rams. They just put 42 up on the Bills. Like
losing McCaffrey, I think, was a huge one because they were really. There's a reason they traded for him in the first place. They were going down without McCaffrey. He comes in, all of a sudden they're a juggernaut. He goes down, all of a sudden they're beatable.
Exactly. McCaffrey's the biggest part of this team, offensive player of the year.
Clearly.
He's the biggest.
I mean, their whole dominant run was him, I think. I mean, a lot of people will put it on Brock, and Brock's about to get paid for it. A lot of people got paid because Christian McCaffrey's freaking great, or at least when he's healthy, which is like in little bursts.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like this team is going to be in for a rude awakening. You're going to bring it back, and they're going to say people are going to be healthy, and Christian McCaffrey is going to be there all training camp, and it's going to look good, and everyone's going to say he's in the best shape of his life. And by week 5, I don't want to say it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's 29. So he's going to run super hard, and they're going to give him a bajillion touches. And we know, I don't think he can do it for a full season anymore. And if he can't, Kyle's out of ideas.
So you think if we're all healthy, you think Shanahan's still gonna coach bad? You still think
I think next year, let's try to get inside Kyle's mind. I think next year Kyle's game plan is, man, the only reason his think is going to be the only reason that season went down 2024 is because McCaffrey was not himself. And my whole playbook was geared around 23 because he's offensive player of the year. Why would I change anything? And I couldn't really. I thought he was coming back, and then he came back, and then he got hurt again. And everything got this year. Okay, he's going to be there for minicamp, OTAs, training camp. He's going to be great again, and we're going to be great again. And we could just go back to being the team we were in 2023. Ayuk's going to come back eventually. Like, we can go back to what we were as opposed to we can go forward as a new team. I think he's still trying to save the past, like a SIM card.
You're saying if McCaffrey... You think McCaffrey's not going to be the same player? That's basically what you're saying.
I don't think you can count on that. I think anything he gives you has to be like gravy, and I would put him in a rotation. He's 29, and he's coming off like a completely lost season.
I agree with you. That's why I'm not really thinking of next season just yet because I just want to see how McCaffrey plays because I agree with you. If McCaffrey's not playing well, we're cooked. We're cooked because. Saw it this year. We had McCaffrey in the lineup and we still lost games
because he wasn't quite the greatest player in the league.
Exactly. And
when we look back on McCaffrey's time with the 49ers, I think we'll have to give him the props of being like, he was the best player in football for about a year and a half. And he kind of carried a very overrated team. I mean, damn, this team is overrated without him. I'm sorry, at least this year. I know they've had injuries and stuff, but yikes.
You're right. I think
6 points.
Yeah, I think I actually agree with you there. I think if McCaffrey isn't healthy, this team is not the same. We saw it this year.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you.
That was one of the all-time trades for this organization.